Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear students. Today, start science chapter number 1, grade 11, lecture number 4. Now we start limiting reactant. Dear students, before starting limiting reactant, there is a very simple topic you done in the lower classes. How we calculate the percentage composition? How we calculate the percentage composition? There one example is given in your book. The percentage composition. So the compound is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. How we calculate percentage of magnesium in magnesium oxide or oxygen in magnesium oxide? This is a simple topic. So dear students, calculate their molar masses. Magnesium is a 24 and oxygen is a 16. So this will be a 40. So this is a 40 total. Now it's very simple. If you want to calculate percentage of magnesium, then atomic mass of magnesium 24 divided by total mass of the compound, that's 40, and multiply by 100. Same case, percentage of oxygen. So oxygen is 16 divided by 40 and multiply by 100. You will get the answer. So I have a calculator, so I can calculate and write the answer. So answer is 24 multiplied by 100 and divided by 40. So you will get 60%. So magnesium is 60%, so this will be a 40%. We will calculate also 16 multiplied by 100 and divided by 40. You will get a 40% for this one. So 40% is oxygen and 60% is magnesium. This is a simple method which is given in the book. So in the lower classes you learn how to calculate the percentage composition of different atoms in a compound. So this is a simple topic. Now we have to start a new topic, very important topic. That is a limiting reactant. Limiting reactant or limiting reagent. Limiting reactant or limiting reagent is defined as the substance during the chemical reaction consumed earlier and the chemical reaction stopped is called limiting reactant. Suppose, just example I am giving you, you are passing electric current through oxygen gas and hydrogen gas to produce water. You are passing electric current and giving the current through hydrogen and oxygen to make a water. So during this process, suppose this oxygen is consumed, finished. Oxygen is consumed. Without oxygen, water is not going to be formed. Without this oxygen, water is not formed. So that is why automatically the chemical reaction will stop. No water is produced, no water is formed. So this oxygen is called a limiting reaction. The reactant which consumed earlier and the chemical reaction stopped is called a limiting reactant. So, dear students, there are many advantages of the limiting reactant. There are many advantages. It controls the amount of product in industries, production of cement, production of fertilizers, production of other medicines, production of ammonia, production of any chemicals. So they are industries produce limited amount, required amount of the product is produced. So that's why one is going to be less amount. So when the required amount is going to be produced, then automatically the chemical reaction stop, production finished. So this first use is that controls the amount of the product form. This is one use. Second use is it controls, it's consumed earlier, I told you. Number third one is produce least amount of the product. It produces least amount of product because this is going to be consumed. So these are the uses. So again I am telling you the definition. The limiting reactant or limiting reactant is defined as the substance which consumed earlier during the chemical reaction and the chemical reaction stop is called limiting reactant or limiting reagent. Now example is given in the book. Same example is given here. 10 moles of hydrogen, 10 moles of hydrogen, 7 moles of oxygen. 10 moles of hydrogen and 7 moles of oxygen. Then how many moles of water are produced? Dear students, we done the conversion factor, but here is a difference. In the previous examples, so one was given either from the reactant side or from the product side, and we calculate one. Just like moles of hydrogen was given, and we calculate mole of water. Or mole of water are given, we calculate moles of hydrogen. Or mole of oxygen was given, we calculate moles of water. One known for us and other we have to calculate. But here the difference is we have a known quantity of hydrogen as well as oxygen, means all the reactant side are known for us. And we want to calculate the moles of water. So dear students, you can calculate the moles of water from the hydrogen. You can calculate the moles of water from the oxygen also, because both are given for you. But which one is correct? Which answer is correct one? So through limiting reagent, we will calculate the amount of the product. We will calculate the amount of product by using this one. So according to the conversion, according to you, conversion factor is equal molar ratio, and I told you according to the balanced chemical equation, this is unknown question mark should be a numerator and this should be a denominator. This is called a molar ratio. So that is why 2 moles of water divided by 2 moles of hydrogen. This is the conversion factor. Now desired quantity is equal given quantity multiplied by conversion factor. Now dear students, given quantity is 10 moles of hydrogen. 10 moles of hydrogen. We write 10 moles of hydrogen multiplied by conversion factor 2 moles of water divided by 2 moles of hydrogen. So this is now 2 are this hydrogen cancel, 2 cancel. You will get 10 moles of water. 10 moles of water you will get. This is the one answer from the hydrogen. These 10 moles of water we calculate from hydrogen. So already I mentioned you can calculate the moles of water from oxygen also. Same. So you have to calculate same. Desired quantity means same water. Now use oxygen instead of hydrogen. Given quantity 7 moles. 7 moles of oxygen. Conversion factor will be 2 moles of water. 2 moles of water divided by how many moles of oxygen? 1 mole. There is no multiplication. 1 moles of oxygen. So desired quantity means moles of water from the oxygen. 2 divided by 1 you will get 2 multiplied by 7 14. So these are the 14 moles of water from oxygen. Now dear students, only for 1 minute I am going to revising. This is the equation, balanced chemical equation, stoichiometric chemical equation, and 10 moles of hydrogen are given, 7 moles of oxygen are given, and he said calculate the moles of water. In the stoichiometric equation, 2 moles of hydrogen given, 1 mole of oxygen is given, 2 moles of water are given. So just I want to calculate the moles of water, so I can calculate from the both. Then I will select 1. The previous method I applied conversion factor, molar ratio. This is 2 moles of water should be numerator, and the 2 moles of hydrogen should be denominator. And given quantity is a 10 moles. This is 10 moles multiplied 10 moles of hydrogen, and 2 moles cancel, 2 cancel. You will get 10 moles of water. So 10 moles of water we have to calculate from the hydrogen. Same repetition for the oxygen, same. For the desired quantity, given quantity is 7 moles of oxygen. Yes, 7 moles of oxygen are given here. And the conversion factor is 2 moles of water. 2 moles of water I have given. And 1 mole of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen is given here. So 2 over 1, 2 multiplied by 7, 14. So 14 moles of water from the oxygen. Now, dear students, how we calculate the limiting reactant? From the calculation, the reactant which produce least moles of the product. Remind it now, note it. The reagent which produce least moles of the product is called limiting reactant. So, dear students, 10 moles of water from the hydrogen reactant, 14 moles of water from the oxygen reactant. So, which will give least? Definitely hydrogen. Hydrogen gives 10 moles, oxygen gives 14 moles. So, which are the less moles? Definitely 10 moles are less. So, that is why your answer is hydrogen is limiting. Hydrogen is a limiting reactant because it produces less moles of water. Less moles of water. 10 moles of water produced. So it is a limiting reactant which consumed earlier during the chemical reaction and the chemical reaction stopped. So this is the method to calculate the limiting reactant, and from the limiting reactant you can calculate also mass. So this gives 10 moles. 10 moles of water. 10 moles of water produced here. So you can calculate mass of water also. It's very simple. Mass of water is equal to, yesterday I told you formula, and you know grade 9, moles multiplied by molar mass. So moles are 10 moles multiplied by molar mass, water 18 grams per mole. So 10 multiplied by 18, you will get 180 grams of water. So you can calculate the mass also. You can calculate molecules also, because molecules equal mole multiplied by Avogadro's number. You can calculate individual atoms also. You can calculate individual atoms. Because of 2 atoms are here for hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen is given, calculated by multiply by Avogadro's number. So if you know the basic formulas, then you can calculate. And this is the consume. Finish. This is called this is the so hydrogen, this is the non-limiting reactant. Oxygen is a non-limiting reactant. Oxygen is a non-limiting reactant which is not consumed. Some amount is going to be consumed and some is going to be remain behind. So there is a method, students, in the industries, each and everything is calculated because money is involved. That's why industries need profit. So each and everything is calculated. How much amount of the limiting reactant is going to be consumed, it can be calculated. How much amount of non-limiting reactant is used up, it can be calculated. How much amount of remain behind for the non-limiting, it can be calculated. And how much amount of product is produced, it can be calculated. Just like 120 grams is produced for this one. So you can calculate how much amount of limiting reactant it can be. How much amount of non-limiting reactant it can be. How much remain behind it can be also. We have numericals, we have to calculate. So dear students, according to your book 1.41, this is the topic, identification of limiting reactant by the balanced chemical equation. or we can say stoichiometric chemical equation. So the answer is, since hydrogen gives the least number of moles of water, which are 10 moles, so that is why hydrogen is a limiting reactant. So this hydrogen is a limiting reactant. I have written already here, see your book. So you can calculate the mass of water. Here not question asked, but I have written here moles of water. There are 10. So I convert into mass. You can calculate mass also. So there is another example. Now, dear students, there is one more example for you. Potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. Write the equation first. This is the potassium dichromate. 4 moles of sulfuric acid to produce 1 mole of potassium sulfate and 1 mole of chromium sulfate, 4 moles of water and 3 moles of atomic oxygen, or in the chemistry language we call it nascent oxygen. Nascent, newly born, newly prepared atomic oxygen, which is highly reactive in nature, is called nascent oxygen. So this is a chemical equation. So the question is asked. The question is 200 grams of potassium dichromate. Okay, 200 grams are given here. 200 grams of potassium dichromate and also 200 grams of sulfuric acid given. As I told you before in the previous example, calculate mass of the atomic oxygen, nascent oxygen, mass of the nascent oxygen. Identify the limiting reactant, which one is a limiting reactant from the both. And also he said, calculate the amount of non-limiting reactant, the reactant left behind. I told you there are 2 reactants, one of them will be consumed, one is going to be finished, and second some is going to be consumed and some left behind. And he said that also calculate the mass of non-limiting reactant. You have to calculate the mass of non-limiting reactant. So, dear students, these are in the previous example, moles were given. So now here mass is given. So first convert into mass into moles. So from the atomic masses, you have periodic table and see the atomic masses: chromium 52, potassium 39, and oxygen is a 16, and total mass of potassium dichromate is 294. So, dear students, moles of potassium dichromate. The formula is mass in grams divided by molar mass 294 grams per mole. Already I told you how to calculate the molar mass. Formula mass, this is the ionic compound, potassium 39, chromium 52, oxygen 16, add up them and calculate. So dear students, his answer is 200 divided by 294. The answer is 4.680 moles. These are the number of moles of potassium dichromate. Same as moles of sulfuric acid. So, moles of sulfuric acid. So 200, same 200 grams. Molar mass of molecular mass sulfuric acid 98. Hydrogen is a 1, sulfur 32, oxygen is a 16. Hydrogen 1, sulfur 32, oxygen 16, add up, you will get 98 grams per mole. So dear students, you have to calculate this same as this 200 divided by 98, you will get 2.0. 2.04 yes moles. So these are the number of moles as you done in the previous example. You done this one, that water. Now the question is calculate the mass of nascent oxygen and find the limiting rate. It means that you have to calculate moles of oxygen first. You have to find the moles of oxygen first from the balanced chemical equation from this one, and you have to find the limiting reactant. So by using conversion factor, same conversion factor. So I am writing here conversion factor is equal to molar ratio. Now this is the question. So you are finding 3 moles of nascent oxygen. So 3 moles of nascent oxygen, nascent hydrogen, they must be put in the square brackets. Now divided by potassium dichromate. So how many moles? 1 mole here. So we write 1 mole of, this is the conversion factor. Now desired quantity is equal to given quantity multiplied by conversion factor. So given quantity for potassium dichromate is 0.68 moles. So I write 0.680 moles of potassium dichromate multiplied by 3 moles of nascent oxygen divided by 1 mole of potassium dichromate. So potassium dichromate cancels. So dear students, 3 over 1. So you have to multiply by 3. 3 multiplied by 0.68. So the answer is 2.04. 2.04. So moles of nascent oxygen is equal to 2.04 from potassium dichromate. These are from potassium dichromate. quantity. Now, same I am going to calculate. Desired quantity given now I use sulfuric acid, students. Now, sulfuric acid moles how many? 2.04. So 2.04 moles of sulfuric acid multiplied by conversion factor. So conversion factor 3 moles of oxygen, nascent oxygen, 3 moles of nascent oxygen divided by 4 moles of sulfuric acid. Yes. So now calculate 3 divided by 4 multiplied by 2.04. The answer is 1.53. 1.53. So moles of nascent oxygen 1.53 from sulfuric acid. Now students, see here. We want to calculate the mass of oxygen. This is the mass of oxygen. So I calculate moles of oxygen 2.04 from potassium dichloride. I calculate moles of oxygen, nascent oxygen same 1.53 from the sulfuric acid. Now which one is the limiting reactant? The reactant which produce least moles of the product. So definitely sulfuric acid. 1.53. This is 2.04. So your answer is sulfuric acid is a limiting reactant or limiting reagent. Sulfuric acid is a limiting reagent because it produces least moles of oxygen 1.53. Now it means that the correct mass moles of nascent oxygen are 1.53. So I want to finish this topic because now mass of nascent oxygen. Mass is equal to moles multiplied by molar mass. Students, so moles 1.53 and nascent oxygen 16. So 1.53 multiplied by 1.53 multiplied by 16, 24.48 grams of nascent oxygen. Yes, answer is correct. 24. The mass of nascent oxygen produced 24.48 grams. Is correct. See your book. This is salt. This is a salt example in your book. So see this procedure very well and note the questions, and you can ask the questions. See very well how I calculate. So next topic is you have to calculate mass of the reactant left behind, left unreacted. So I want to first finish this. Now, dear students, it means that potassium dichromate is non-limiting reactant. Potassium dichromate is a non-limiting reactant, and sulfuric acid is consumed during the chemical reaction. Some amount of potassium dichromate consumed, and some amount is going to be remain behind. So, dear students, you have to calculate this one, because you know the moles, because this is the consumed. We don't know this. How much consumed this? I don't know. You know this one. So this sulfuric acid is known for you. Sulfuric acid is known for you. It means that 4 moles of sulfuric acid and 1 moles of potassium dichromate. This one. So how many moles for the sulfuric acid are? 0.68. So for 0.68 moles of sulfuric acid will be 1/4 multiplied by 0.68. So your answer will be 1 divided by 4 multiplied by 0.68. So the answer is 0.17. Sulfuric acid के moles, yes, 2 point. Mole of sulfuric acid are 2 point, not 0.6. If you see previous, there was 2.04. 2.04. 2.04 moles. If you see previous calculation, so 1 divided by 4 multiplied by 2.04. The answer is 0.51. Yes. So 0.51. So these are the 0.51. 0.51. Now, dear students, these 0.51 moles of potassium dichromate are used up. These moles are going to be used up. So how many grams? The molar mass of potassium dichromate 294, yes. So if you calculate the mass of potassium dichromate used up, so 0.51 multiplied by 294. So the answer is 0.51 multiplied by 294. The answer is 149.94 grams used up. And initially there were 200 grams, students. 200 grams initially we had, and used are how many? 149, because sulfuric acid is consumed during the chemical reaction. During the chemical reaction, sulfuric acid was consumed and chemical reaction was stopped. Some amount of oxygen was formed. We calculated already. And some amount is used up and some amount is going to be remain behind. So according to this calculation, you have 149.94 grams. These are the used up. And how many remain behind? Remain amount of potassium dichromate. Remain amount of potassium dichromate 200 minus 149.94. So just subtract 200 minus 149.94. The answer is 50. 50.06 grams still remain for the potassium dichromate. 50 grams. Yes, 49.98, 50 grams. This is the answer. So how I calculate? Because of sulfuric acid was the limiting reagent, it was finished, and we know its moles in the previous calculation, initial calculation. 200 divided by 98, you will get 2.04 mole of sulfuric acid, and this is the unknown quantity, so it is being 1 mole of the potassium dichromate, so 1 mole of potassium dichromate and 4 mole of sulfuric acid, 1 over 4 multiplied by 204. So you are getting 0.5 moles, 51 mole of potassium dichromate, and these are used. These are used, so I convert into mass, multiply by molar mass of potassium dichromate 294, so the answer is 149.9 and 4 grams used up. Because this is going to be used, completely consumed. So how many more use this? So how many remain? Initially we have 200 grams, so 200 minus this you will get 50. So still 50 grams you have. So this is a very important topic. There are many examples are given, also exercise questions are given. So please do yourself these. Thank you very much. This topic is over.